Okay, so for problem number 3, a 300 millimeter pipe is connected to a reducer by a reducer to a 100 mm pipe. Or kumbaga, ito, 'di ba? Familiar kayo sa sa plumbing. So, usually kapag may mas malaki kang tubo, ang ginagawa, kinokonektahan niya ng reducer. Kumbaga, pampaliit. So, from malaking diameter 300, lumiit siya at 100. Kaya nga reducer. So, in the figure, points 1 and 2 are at the same elevation. So, ito yung point 1 and point 2, no? Same elevation yan. Siguro nasa center line yan. The pressure at 1 is 200 kilopascal. The discharge Q is 30 liters per second flowing from 1 to 2. And the energy lost from 1 to 2 is equivalent to 20 kilopascal. Okay, so determine the pressure at 2 if the liquid is water, compute the pressure at 2 if the liquid is oil, and then compute the pressure at 2 if the liquid is molasses with specific gravity of 1.5. So, different scenarios na including 3 different liquids only. So, ang kailangan lang natin dyan hanapin, syempre, is pressure. And nakasulat naman na dito muna yung given. So, first of all, focus tayo sa given. So, the discharge, no? Discharge or the flow Q is equal to 30 liter per second. For uniformity of units, we will convert that directly to cubic meter per second. So, 30 divided by 1,000, you will get 0.03 cubic meter per second. And then, yung diameter ng 0.1 is 300 millimeter. Yung malaking pipe. So, at meter, so divided by 1,000, you will get 0.3 meter na lang. And then the diameter at the second point, 0.2, so 100 mm divided by 1,000, and that is also equal to 0.1 meter na lang. Then given din yung mean pressure at 0.1 na sinabi 200 kilopascal, or kilopascal is kilonewton per square meter, right? And then yung kanyang flow from 1 to 2, nagkaroon siya ng energy loss. That is equivalent to 20 kilopascal. So we will name that as HL, or head loss, no? So energy loss pa rin naman yun. So in terms of pressure, the energy lost was 20 kilopascal, or kilonewton per square meter. And then, sabi nga, nabanggit dito, points 1 and 2 are at the same elevation. Meaning, assume natin na yun yung datum or datum line niya, no? So, at that point, 0, wala naman siyang difference in elevation, right? Kasi pantay nga at the same elevation. So, you will say that Z1, or the line passing through point 1, is 0, and that is pantay with the datum line that is equal to 0 at point 2. So, meaning walang elevation head, ha? So, pantay yan. Okay, wala tayong difference in height or elevation. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, for continuity principle muna. Ito na muna. So, sabi nga, the flow at any point is equal to all the points that is distributed. No? So, kung meron tayong given na discharge at 30 liter per second or 0.03 cubic meter per second, so yung 0.03 na yan, equal din yan kay Q2, equal din yan kay Q1. Malinaw. Nagkaiba lang tayo ngayon sa diameter saka sa velocity. Okay? So, balik ako. And then, we can say that, ayan na nga, 0.03 ang kanyang flow. Pero, kukunin natin ngayon yung velocity kasi magkaiba na nga. So, velocity at 0.1, so V1, is equal to the flow of 0.03 divided by the area of pi over 4 by 0.3 squared. Okay, madali pa lang naman to kunin kasi gamit mo lang dyan na formula is Q is equal to area times velocity. Yeah. So, dito lang din yan ha. And then at point 2, syempre iba na rin yon. Magkaiba na yan ng velocity and area. So, to get the velocity at point 2 or V2, you should divide 0.03 divided by pi over 4 by the diameter 0.1 squared. And then to get 3.82 meter per second. Okay? So, nakuha na natin yung velocity 1 and then velocity 2. Okay. Malinaw pa. Now, for the head loss, since it is given in terms of pressure, we can use the formula for pressure head to make it in meter, where HL is equal to 20 over gamma. Gamma is the unit weight of the liquid. So, sabi ko nga, di ba, the pressure is equal to gamma H. So, para in terms of head or meter na lang tayo mag-focus. So, we can say that also height is equal to pressure over gamma. And then, the pressure is given, head loss yan eh. So, 20 kilopascal divided by, kung ano ba yung unit weight ng liquid? This is, walang sinabi, no? Okay. So, if the liquid is water, letter A. So, ano nga siya? General, no? So, pagpapalit-palitin lang natin yan mamaya, depende sa situation. So, for letter A, water. For letter B, oil. And then, for letter C is molasses. Okay. So, ano pa ba? Next. Ito na, ang ating Bernoulli's equation. Okay, so, na-derive naman na natin kung paano nakuha itong energy 1 minus head loss. So, considering head loss since it is given from the problem, so E1 minus head loss is equal to the energy at point 2. And we are dealing with height or head. Ayan, so considering head loss by using the Bernoulli's energy equation, doon sa module and sa lecture, na-derive na natin itong formula na ito. So, the velocity at point 1 squared over 2 times acceleration due to gravity plus the pressure at point 1 over the unit weight of the liquid plus Z1. So, Z1 is the datum line or the difference in elevation minus head loss. So, head loss yung hinahanap, payata natin, and then is equal to the energy at point 2. So, imagine. So, kung ito yung energy at point 1, along the way to point 2, nagkaroon ka dyan ng head loss. And then, pagdating mo kay point 2, so, ito naman na yung energy at point 2. So, kung pag-travel nung tubig or nung liquid, yun yung kinocompute natin dito, no? So, energy 1 minus the head loss, that is equivalent to your energy at point 2. And then, the formula for E2 is parang E1 din, pero lahat ay nakafocus na sa point 2. So, the velocity at point 2 is squared over 2g plus P2 over gamma plus Z2. Okay? Now, if the liquid is water, sabi nga sa letter A, so the unit weight is 9.81 kilonewton per cubic meter. Then, substitute natin dito yung values ng velocity na nakuha natin from the continuity equation. So, that is 0.424 squared over 2 by acceleration due to gravity is 9.81 meter per second plus sabi dito sa problem, ang pressure at point 1 is 200 kilopascal. So, 200 kilopascal divided by the unit weight of water, that is 9.81 kilonewton per cubic meter. Plus, Z1 is equal to 0 since inassume nga natin na itong datum line or datum line is pantay. So, there is no difference in elevation. Therefore, 0 lang siya. Then minus, so negative sign, minus. the head loss is 20 kilopascal from the given, no? So 20 over 9.81, since ang kinukuha nga natin is ito, 'di ba? So head loss in terms of meter, so that is 20 over gamma. So 20 over 9.81 is equal to punta tayo kay point 2. So the velocity at point 2 is equal to 3.82 squared velocity over 2 by 9.81 meter per second to represent the acceleration due to gravity, so g, plus P2 is missing, so yun yung hinahanap natin, diba? Right? From the problem, compute the pressure at 2. Okay? So P2 unknown over 9.81, that is the unit weight of water, plus Z2 is equal to 0 since datum line nga is pantay. Okay? So paki-compute sa calculator and you will get that the pressure at 2 is equal to 172.79 kilopascal. Now, for the liquid, if the liquid is oil having a specific gravity of 0.8, so kung given is SG ng oil, so para makuha yung unit weight ng oil, multiply mo na lang yun ng 9.81, diba? So 0.8 by 9.81, that is equal to 7.848 kilonewton per cubic meter. So itong unit weight ng oil na mismo ang gagamitin natin dito sa gamma. Yun naman ang kinaibahan na. So again, v squared, v's of 1 or the velocity at 1 squared is 0.424 over 2 by 9.81 plus 200 is the pressure at 0.1 over the unit weight is 7.848 plus 0, so Z1 is 0, minus head loss, so head loss is 20 divided by 7.848, yung unit weight, is equal to, dun sa kabila, so energy at 0.2, 3.82 squared over 2 by 9.81 plus P2 is unknown over the unit weight of oil, 7.848 plus 0, C2. Okay, so computing that, you will get another value for P2 at 174.23 kilopascal. Now, if the liquid is molasses with specific gravity of 1.5, so to get the unit weight of molasses, you will multiply 1.5 by 9.81, right? And then kapag kinalculate mo yun, dapat ang sagot mo dyan nasa around ilan? 14.715. Nasa na diba? So 14.715 yan, walang duda. Then, ang substitute, ang palitan mo na lang is unit weight kasi pare-pareho naman tayo ng velocity, velocity head, pareho din ng Z or yung datum, nagkaiba lang siya ng gamma. So, 200 over gamma, 14.715 plus 0 minus head loss, so 20 over 14.715 is equal to velocity 2. So, ito na yon plus pressure at 0.2 divided by 14.715. And kapag na-calculate nyo na yan, ship solve, so the pressure at 0.2 is equal to 169.19 kilopascal. Yan lang. Okay, so the general concept here is to get first the flow in terms of area and velocity. So ito yung ginamit natin sa first equation. And then doon naman sa pag-consider naman ng head loss and energy. So E1 minus HL is equal to energy 2. So basically yan lang talaga. So wag na lang malito siguro sa units, saka sa kung anong gagamitin, kasi yun lang naman talaga. Actually this is direct substitution. So energy so energy at point 1 is V squared over 2G ano pa nga, plus point the pressure plus yung datum, difference in elevation, minus head loss is equal to kung ano yung energy naman sa point 2. So, halos pareho lang din. So, V2 squared over 2G plus P2 over gamma plus Z2. Yan. Okay? So, basically, yan lang talaga. Huwag nyo na lang kakalimutan yung concept ng velocity, ng acceleration due to gravity, ng pressure, ng unit weight, tapos yung difference in elevation. Usually, ay hinahanap naman dyan kung head loss, kung given ng head loss, pressure, ano, mga pagbabali-balik mo lang talaga. Okay? So, yan. Next problem.